Welcome to Twi'lek Talk, a Star Wars podcast, with your hosts, Rob Solo, Darth Dylan, and Old Ben.
Welcome to episode 7. It is October 8th, 2017. This is our Force Awakens, if you will. I'm here with Old Ben and Darth Dylan. I am Rob Solo. This is Twi'lek Talk. What up, guys?
I've got to change something up here. It's October, as in the planet that Luke is on.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
what's going on, guys?
We missed Tono
Tuesday.
Timber. Tono Timber.
Tono Timber.
Is that a thing?
It's a thing now.
It's a thing for you.
I like it. Well, it's been quite a while since we've gotten together, but this...
Kind of a long hiatus, yeah.
Yeah, but this is going to be a good one. There's so much coming out of Star Wars right now. One particular thing I wanted to bring up first was the runtime for Last Jedi was released. The running time for The Last Jedi and all of the other movies we're going to cover right here now, starting with, of course, A New Hope, as older generations may know it, just Star Wars.
Yes.
Yes.
Ran for 121 minutes. All right.
Fantastic.
That's a good length. The Empire Strikes Back, a lot of people's favorite, topped that and ran for 124 minutes.
Had to do that 3-minute jump.
And just when you thought the pissing contest was over, The Return of the Jedi ran for 131 minutes.
You think Lucas did that on purpose? Now that I'm thinking about it, just be like, wow, everyone's
I don't
going to
know,
be a little
'cause
bit longer than the other one.
He
so.
didn't direct it, but he probably had a big say. I don't know. He's not the director, so it's hard to say. I think that has to do with the editor and director, right? Producer, editor,
Yeah.
director.
They need to get all that footage of the Ewoks in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That ending
There's a
scene.
lot. There's a lot of footage.
That dance scene after
Nope.
the destruction of Death Star 2 had to last an extra couple of minutes. So, yeah, The Return of Jedi tops in the trilogy. Now, we're going to move on to the prequels. Darth Dylan, you have the times for the prequels.
Phantom Menace was actually the same. It had the same runtime as Return of the Jedi, but it seemed much longer, didn't it?
I totally did.
Yeah.
So it ran
then,
for 131 minutes?
Yeah, it was the same.
Okay.
So, then Attack of the Clones, I wrote it down in a different way. It's 2 hours and 22 minutes, which is it's a few minutes longer than Phantom Menace.
142 minutes.
Yeah. And then Revenge of the Sith was 2 minutes less than that.
Yes.
So 2 hours and 20 minutes.
140 minutes.
Yep.
So Attack of the Clones holds the longest in the prequels.
As of right now.
It holds the longest of all of them, right? So far.
Well, that's yet to say. But all three of the prequels are longer than all three of the original trilogies.
Yep.
So, yeah, they got carried away. Rogue One, one of my favorites, was 133 minutes. Now, that matches up with The Phantom Menace, right? It's about that. And Return of the Jedi. So they're very similar.
Yeah, about 3 minutes less, give or take. And then The Force Awakens was 135 minutes.
Okay.
So, it's generally the times are close. A New Hope being the shortest. And actually, I've gone off to say A New Hope or Star Wars is my favorite out of all of them so far.
Oh, that's what you're going with?
I'm not going to say that yet because I'm still
Is that
really
your final
looking
answer?
forward to The Last
Is that
Jedi.
your final answer? Because I thought you said
But,
something
yeah.
else on another episode of our podcast.
Or another podcast.
What did you say your favorite?
He did
Wasn't
say.
it The Phantom Menace?
No, he.
Me?
No. no.
No.
I do remember he did say A New Hope.
Okay.
Yeah, New Hope and Revenge of the Sith, actually.
All right.
Yeah,
Revenge of the
and then
Sith gets
Return of the
fun.
Jedi.
Gotta give some Empire love, baby. Come on.
Empire,
Come
man.
on, come
I
on.
love, you know what? I love The Empire Strikes Back as a film. as my favorite Star Wars
You
film,
like it as a friend. We get it. No.
Yeah, as a friend. No,
like your best friend.
I think Empire Strikes Back is cinematically the best, and it has the best script, the best story, the best everything. But for memories' sake, I guess I'm gonna have to go with A New Hope.
All right, nostalgic-wise, I get that.
Yeah. No, I follow you on that one. You know what's weird too is Last Jedi will actually be the longest movie Rian Johnson has ever directed.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I did a little research on that.
I did not know that.
Most of his movies are in that, that wheelhouse of, 2 hours or so. So this one's a little bit
Looper
longer.
was only a minute long.
Okay, so The Last Jedi is coming in at how long, Old Ben?
150 minutes.
150 minutes.
It's a lot. It's a lot of minutes.
That's crazy.
Well, it's funny too because a lot of people might get worried about that, saying like longer movie equals boring movie, but pacing's gonna be very important. And I think that from everything we've heard as far as reports from many sources, they say that this is going to be more of a character-driven piece. It's going to be the story is about Rey and Luke and that mentorship and that passing of the torch from the older generation to the newer generation. And like I said, I have faith in Rian Johnson. I think he's going to do a really good job with this.
With that kind of runtime, we better find out who all the parents are.
Oh yeah,
You know?
and there's probably going to be a bunch of moments of silence. If the ending scene of Force Awakens set the tone a little bit for The Last Jedi,
Yeah.
the beginning's going to be Luke's going to take a little bit of time to open up to Rey.
I predict
At least I think.
I predict a slow start to this film.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of hanging out in Octu.
Might be awkward even.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be learning a lot about what Luke's been up to, and that exposition is going to take a while. It's not going to be explained in, 2 10-minute scenes or whatever. It's going to take a while for, to get a, sorry.
You got to meet the Porgs.
Cut that part out. Yes, the Porgs. To get backstory and what he's been up to.
What has he been doing?
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic.
Where's his head at? Yeah.
Are they getting into these ancient Jedi scripts that you see in the teaser/trailer?
Will there be a Jedi that has passed on, perhaps involved in this whole process of explaining?
Maybe we'll see a Force Ghost or two. Maybe. Is he gonna take that lightsaber from Rey?
He's got his own.
He's got his own.
Are
we gonna see that tomorrow night? I'm sorry. Let's jump ahead.
Yeah, no.
I got really excited about the green lightsaber.
We'll get to that.
All right, so Last Jedi is running at 150 minutes, 10 minutes longer than Revenge of the Sith. On top of that, it's going to break the World Guinness record for the longest Star Wars movie ever. Did you actually document that in the Guinness World Record books? If they don't,
I think you just.
I think I made that.
I think you did.
If they don't, they fucking should.
There you go.
And also the Guinness record for the best box office, but that's another future topic.
They probably do that, right?
And probably the Guinness record for crashing Fandango and AMC.
Yeah, that's another topic.
We'll also get to that in a little bit, folks.
Yeah. So, okay, that's our runtime for The Last Jedi. Now, is this all speculation or is this actually confirmed?
I don't know if it's completely.
I thought it was confirmed.
If it's on AMC, more than likely.
Oh, what, the runtime?
Yeah.
I think it was confirmed.
Okay, I thought it was too.
Yeah, they did that. They did that with Force Awakens like a couple of months before.
All right, we're getting a good.
So we're getting another 15 minute than the Force Awakens.
Yes. I think it's going to be good. I have such a strong feeling about this.
After tomorrow, the hype train, if you will, the hype will start.
Yeah.
Because I think they've been very, I guess shallow is a good word for the marketing campaign they've been doing. And I think it's going to really lift off tomorrow. Everyone's during halftime and the tickets going on sale.
If that's true.
Yeah.
And
actually, StarWars.com announced everything. It's going on sale tomorrow.
It is actually confirmed.
Yep.
Wow.
But they didn't say what time, though.
We didn't say what time.
Yeah.
This is going to be the first time I've. All right, so we'll get into that. All right, so let's get really quick into a theory. I'm gonna give credit to Owen, the guy
man.
that we work with. He's a big Star Wars fan.
Wait, is that the Owen you're referring to?
Yeah,
Not Owen Lars.
I'm talking about O-Dog, Data.
Okay.
Odo.
Yeah.
He's
That's awesome.
He's a
Owen's a great guy.
webmaster genius. He's like I don't know, like a Matrix type guy, but he's a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And
he is.
he comes to me with this theory of I don't know, he blew my mind on the spot. So did Darth Plagueis create Snoke while trying to create Anakin? Which is a really interesting little question in itself. Or did the Force push back, creating them both? No, I was like, oh, and that's good. Let me think about that.
Let's do some research.
Yeah, and I brought it up to Ben in aisle 1 when he was stocking dairy, and I said, Ben,
That's the aisle one. Yeah, I dropped some eggs. No,
yeah,
I'm
and I was
just
like, he almost dropped the shit he was holding. I said, Ben, what do you think about this theory Owen brought up about Darth Plagueis creating Snoke? Because Darth Plagueis was the scientist of the Force, and we know he's canon. Hopefully, his backstory is canon as well, and he tampered in with,
arcane forces.
exactly. He played a little deeper into the Force than the average Sith.
Than the average man.
And it could have been either one of two things, and this is an ongoing debate among Star Wars fans for many years, whether or not Anakin was created by Darth Plagueis, which I think Sidious it kind of hints to in the opera scene of...
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
And obviously, like, Shmi Skywalker said, there was no father. So
I mean, Palpatine turns and he says, create, and he turns and looks at Anakin, life. Now, we all know that Plagueis played it within the creation and manipulation of midi-chlorians, right? So
Yep.
Owen struck my interest with this question, as in, like, maybe Darth Plagueis created Snoke, and Snoke says, I've witnessed the rise and fall of the Empire and the Republic and all that. So he's been around, which would put him in that time period, if you think about it, right?
He's old and fragile looking,
and he's not
you
human.
can see he's looking over everything.
Yeah.
And he's not human, so you don't know, like, how old he would be, how old his race. Well, we don't know his race yet, but it's humanoid, but we don't know how old. I mean, so what would that put him at? He would probably be
Gold member.
he could qualify for the $5.95
Mike
dinner.
Myers, yeah.
It was all in gold.
I like gold.
So it's in the James Luceno Plagueis book, which I've read most of. It's written that midi-chlorians could push back, and that's the ongoing question among Star Wars fans is, did the Force push back and create Anakin? All right, let's put Snoke on the back burner for a second. Did the Force push back, create Anakin to bring balance to the Force, if we agree that Anakin was Vader/Anakin was the one to bring balance to the Force, or did Plagueis actually create Anakin? And we know from the novel, which is Legends, not canon, although Plagueis is canon, we don't know his backstory. We know that he laid eyes on Anakin at some point when he was a young child, and knew that he, in some way, he believed that he had a hand in creating him.
It's funny, again, going off of, the theory that Owen has, which is really good. I think here's another counter theory to this theory. Maybe Plagueis created Snoke because he feared, because of course the prophecy was Anakin was going to destroy the Sith and create balance in the Force.
Yeah.
So maybe Plagueis created Snoke for that counterbalance. You know what I mean? There can't be good without evil, and maybe that's what happened. Maybe this was Plagueis strikes back. You know what I mean?
Well, what do you think of?
I don't know.
That's a good little theory, old Ben.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think of Anakin? I read a theory, and Anakin. Some say he failed to bring balance to the Force, and then Rey was created in turn.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's all from a certain point of view. Where
Whoa, okay, now we're jumping ahead.
now I'm thinking like, okay, I would look at Anakin as someone who brought balance to the Force. Where I'm not going by time length of how long it lasted, but I'm saying he's the one that destroyed Sidious.
Yeah.
Right.
Luke would have died right then and there.
Right.
And I'm thinking, I'm more on board the theory that it was the Force pushing back to Plagueis's tamperings and trying to manipulate midi-chlorians. I would say that's something that the Force, I experience the Force as a conscious thing, and that it's aware, very aware. And I'm thinking, if Plagueis played with it, it pushed back. I like that theory. I'm not saying that's obviously nobody knows the truth,
Yeah.
So Sidious killed Plagueis, believing someone had to die due to the Sith's rule of two, and maybe Sidious believed that it was Plagueis who created Anakin. And maybe it just wasn't the case. It was actually the Force pushing back. On a side note, could Snoke had been either or, the Force pushing back? Maybe there's a deeper side to Snoke, which sparks my interest.
Because they say he's not a Sith, though.
Yeah, he's not a Sith. Maybe he is a balance that we haven't actually seen yet.
But leans towards the dark side. That's why they're saying, again...
Look, this movie's going to change the game.
Yeah, I think it will too, Darth.
I think we really don't know what's going to happen or what
I think it's
we're going to be faced with.
Yeah, I think after this movie, we're going to have a lot of really good debates as far as, how, the philosophical, underlings of the Force. And, because one of the things I was actually thinking of the other night is just the whole idea of balance of the Force. And this is what seems like, this is where we're heading as far as Luke, just seeing that, the dogmatic ways of the Jedi was just not working. And, what happened was, they became too overconfident, and then the Sith took over, and then all that stuff happened, and the kind of quote unquote balance came back to the Force. Balance was in the galaxy when. But here's something I actually thought of the other day. Maybe Anakin brought balance to the Force, but Luke, because he was the conduit, is the living embodiment of the Force.
Yeah.
And what happened? And then
when you think of the Force, you think of Luke.
But then sometime between Jedi and Force Awakens, he did something where things were shifted the other way, and then Kylo was tempted and he turned on him, and that's why everything's all messed up now. I don't know, just something I thought of the other day.
So Kylo created the imbalance, is what you're saying.
Or Luke did. Because Luke, thought maybe, hey, you know what? I'm going to start my own Jedi Academy, and I'm doing this, and maybe didn't exactly learn from. Again, I don't know. This is the great thing about debating about it and talking about it, and the fact that the movie's coming out soon. We're all going to have probably 180 degree, change in opinion by the time it comes out. So that's going to be awesome.
I see your perspective, old Ben, being an Obi-Wan fan, and Obi-Wan believed that Luke was the chosen one. But I would say Luke played more of a huge part in the outcome, and I would say I'm staying with Anakin was the chosen one.
Oh yeah.
But my question is, maybe Snoke is the chosen one, and Anakin was created by Darth Plagueis, and the Force pushed back, creating Snoke. Owen credit.
Boom.
Yeah, a lot to think about.
Inexpensive.
It is a lot to think about because we don't know anything about Snoke as of yet.
And they said that we're not going to learn too much about him in this movie either. From what I've heard.
That.
Yeah, well, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting until 2020 or whatever.
You mentioned Obi-Wan before. Before I forget, a little off topic, but the other night I had an in-depth dream of an Obi-Wan standalone film.
Really?
Like what it was going to look like. And it was very desert oriented.
All right.
And I think Qui-Gon Jinn was in it as his guide.
He should be.
Yeah, he acted as a guide kind of in flashbacks, and I'm not sure if it was a Force ghost, but he was definitely there. But it was Ewan McGregor, but he looked the part. You know, it was just such a cool dream I had. I thought I'd mention that, but
Should have
I'm really
write it
looking
all
forward
down.
to that one.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
write that,
yeah,
write that
maybe
in your
it's a
little dream book.
foreshadowing.
Darth Dillon, you should write that in your dream book. It could become a
Perhaps
fan story of
You
sorts.
had a Force dream.
Yeah, maybe it
I think
happens.
I did.
So yeah, anything you guys want to add to this theory?
Actually, the Obi-Wan thing's a good sort of prelude to the next topic.
Okay.
Because we're talking about,
Yeah.
from a certain point of view, the new novel that was released
Yes.
last week. I have not had a chance to purchase it yet because of insufficient funds, but just a quick
We all
background.
know that.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
feel.
I know that game.
But this novel is 40. It's comprised of 40 short stories that take place during A New Hope.
Yeah.
Which I think is amazing because that's, again,
Yeah.
one of my favorite times in the whole Star Wars history and galaxy.
Zero
Even
BBY.
it goes over Boba. It goes over Lando.
It goes
No.
over major characters like the Obi-Wans, like Lando, Palpatine, Qui-Gon, but there's also like a story about Beru, Aunt Beru. There's a story about Biggs. There's a story about R5D4, the droid that lost his job to R2. I mean,
Hold down!
seriously,
That sounds crazy.
and I was
Hey,
able
guess-
to leaf through it very quickly, and it just reading a little bit of it looks incredible. So once I have some money, I will be picking that up.
Me too.
Yeah. Me being in college right now, I've been reading, like 100 pages in a day or two. So I'm definitely in a reading mode.
Yeah.
Do it.
It just got dropped October 3rd, so it's only been out a couple days. We got to get
Yeah.
this.
We got to do a review of it.
We got to do a review of this book.
Sounds awesome to me.
40 stories, short stories.
I can do that.
43 different authors is what I
40 is just a number.
Right, it totally is. One interesting story that I heard about is how, get this guys, Yoda used Qui-Gon Jinn's Jedi robe as a blankie.
In Return of the Jedi.
And that's when we see him
Yeah.
wrapped up.
That's
When he's
Yeah,
dying.
And that's canon.
That's canon.
it was and comfy.
And
What
comfort,
about
canon and comfort.
Borg Gullet? Borg Gullet's actually Luke's
Borg
uncle.
Gullet's not.
Oh my god.
Is there a Borg Gullet story, old Ben?
There is no such thing.
There should be.
There should
There
Just
be.
for
is.
Darth Dillon.
Well, hey, I
If
think,
you
yeah.
if you buy one of those spy kits with like the erasing ink, it comes up.
There was a Jawa story apparently there. Not a Jedi Jawa. There should be, because I'll write that one. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but
Dear
no,
magnum opus.
yes.
Another interesting story I heard. I haven't gotten the book, so I'm not taking credit for actually reading it yet. But another interesting story was that. Now this is really good. Whether or not Yoda felt Obi-Wan's death at the hands of Darth Vader.
I'm sure.
Wow. That is a story in the book. Wouldn't you guys want to know about that?
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
That's a question that really never came to my mind until I saw someone,
You're always curious about that stuff because,
Yeah.
again, if they're so connected to everything.
especially Yoda.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'd think that there would be. I'm pretty sure, but
He must have felt like a disturbance in the Force, you know?
A
Then
little
again,
tingle.
but then again, the planet he was on too was definitely engulfed in the dark side. So I'm assuming
He was on Dagobah, keep in mind, which is a very Force-strong planet.
it's a very dark
He
side.
might have felt that strike down from Darth in an even stronger sense than we can imagine.
Or maybe they. I always had this theory though. They both, Obi-Wan and Yoda, kind of had a feeling when they were gonna go, in a very
Oh.
cryptic kind of way. Like once things set in motion where Obi-Wan saved Luke, and then they realized. Yeah, I had this theory that
You know what? That makes sense, old Ben. Because Yoda knew Order 66 was coming. He may have knew Obi-Wan's death was coming. Maybe he was ready for it. That's a really good...
Yeah.
Wow, you got me going upstairs. Woo!
What about downstairs?
Whoa. Okay. Hey now.
All right, I think it's time for a break.
That's a good... all right, so... anything you guys want to mention about the novel?
Someone buy it for me.
On a side note...
Yeah, I want to check it out.
On a
I
side
did want to
note.
mention real quick before the break, on a side note, they are dropping a Thrawn novel that they just released
saw that, yeah.
at New York Comic Con this weekend.
That's right, baby.
Titled Thrawn Alliances, which is a sequel to the Thrawn book that was released shortly. Written by Timothy Zahn, which we all love, covers Thrawn's rise in the Imperial military. I think it's probably going to be awesome, and I hear he's going to have, get this, interactions with Darth Vader.
Very good.
How cool would it be to see those two?
And how quickly do you think that he's going to deduce that he used to be Anakin, just knowing?
Within moments. He's brilliant.
I noticed his handshake was much like that Jedi I knew long ago.
Yeah, right? He's gonna
There was something
know.
about the grip.
Now, did Thrawn ever meet Anakin?
Yes, they did say that at some point Anakin and Obi-Wan, or Anakin and Ahsoka, were on a mission in the Outer Rim, and they did. Yeah,
I heard about this.
Yep.
All right, that's gonna be interesting. So let's take a quick break. We'll be back after these messages.
Yes.
Not able to bullseye womp rats like you used to? Are you falling into your own emotional sarlacc pit? Maybe you need to add some bantha milk into your diet. More protein than root leaf stew, and much healthier than death sticks. Bantha milk will give you the energy you need to outrun those Tusken Raiders. Bantha milk. Liquid. Blue. Yummy. Really yummy.
Really fucking yummy. Welcome back to episode 7 of Twi'lek Talk. It is October 8th. Rumor has it, October 9th is going to be the new trailer for The Last Jedi, and ticket sales shortly after, or at the moment. The trailer is rumored to premiere tomorrow night during the Monday Night Football game between the Vikings and the Bears. Some say halftime, some say just tune in. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
I think it's a ploy to watch football.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
How many nerds are now going to watch football? It's the same thing 2 years ago with The Force Awakens, but yeah, I mean, think about it's again, Disney owns, is it on ABC? The football game?
And if that was Fox.
Is it on Fox?
I don't know. Fox is Monday Night Football, right, Darth Dillon?
Boy, you can tell we really watch football here, guys.
I haven't watched football game in years, but I will be watching tomorrow night.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, no, it's a great move by Disney, and promoting the way that they do, and I think it's probably gonna end up happening right after the trailer airs. And it's funny, before we went on the air, we were actually discussing our strategy to get tickets, because rumor has it, here's another rumor has it, that there's going to be a special 6 p.m. early showing on the 14th. It technically gets released on the 15th.
Was that a Wednesday?
Thursday.
Oh, okay. So they're definitely going to do a 6 o'clock showing.
It's usually 7 o'clock. I mean, this is
7
what
o'clock.
I mean here on the East Coast. That's usually what they do for us.
7 o'clock Eastern time.
But
on
That
Thursday.
extra hour makes a difference.
Yeah,
That's like dinner time.
Yeah.
and I believe like as always, the UK, Europe, they actually see it a day before us.
What? Those bloody bastards.
What would you say to that?
Those bloody bastards. Oh, you bastard. You've gone and done it again, have ya?
You bastard.
That's Red Cart Rob's British alter ego.
Everyone says I suck at British accents, but I think I'm pretty good.
No, it's great.
What's the plan, Twi'lek Talk? We got to see the opening night Thursday.
We have to be there.
There's
right?
talks that there's a showing with Force Awakens and Last Jedi.
I'm not watching
Then
it
there's-
again in the theater.
You don't want to?
I will if I have to.
All right. And then there's one. It shows all the movies before it, which is kind of, if you want to take off work, it's a fun day.
Whoa, are you saying they're going to be re-showing the movies in the theater?
Yeah, the original trilogy,
All of them?
the prequels, and Force Awakens.
This is not on the Thursday that we're discussing, the 14th.
Yeah, I think it starts probably very early.
Well, I'll be damned. If that's the truth, I'm off that day. I can make it happen.
Hey, you're right, you're right.
Thursdays are my day off. If that's a legitimate truth, Darth Dillon, I'm on board.
They released it on the official Star Wars website.
They're gonna show every movie,
Uh-huh.
even Rogue One.
I think so. It said, or you know what? Maybe not Rogue One.
Just trilogies.
Yeah.
You know, I love Rogue One. All right, we got a plan.
We have a plan. I don't know if I want to tell people. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Old Ben's in charge. He's the wise one.
No, basically, yeah. I'm going to get on the internet.
Sell a lot of death sticks.
Hopefully, yes. My weight in death sticks. Hopefully, we do not have an issue where it's crashing, and along with Fandango and everything and AMC. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Because that has happened before.
Yeah, hopefully it's weird because they always say, like, oh, well, this time we're better prepared. Just kind of like how we are here in New Jersey with storms and stuff. Oh, we're definitely prepared. Or
They probably didn't
Snowstorms.
change the goddamn thing. They're just like, all right, it's gonna happen again.
well, just let it happen.
Yeah.
That's life. But
People are gonna get their tickets.
But
regardless.
as a side note,
Yeah.
I went tonight to see Blade Runner, and I actually went up to the front desk and asked them. So, I know you guys, if you have information on this, you probably wouldn't tell anybody. But what is going on with the Star Wars tickets for tomorrow? And the two girls looked at me and said, honestly, we actually got an email, and they had a printout, and she showed it to me really quickly.
Yeah.
That they have not released any information yet. They said they don't have information that they're ready to release yet about when the tickets are going on sale. So,
Man, this is tedious.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really is.
I like it though. It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's competition.
They wouldn't even tell you, Old Ben?
I tried my Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
I tried my Wily Charm. Obviously, that didn't work.
It didn't work? Damn it.
And then I went for the Jedi mind trick, and they were like, all right, get out, creep.
All right, so we're on board. We're going to try to get opening night. Twi'lek Talk is going to try to see it on Thursday night.
And if anybody that is listening
Trying.
works in a movie theater and would love to hook us up with some, early...
You're right,
Yeah.
Darth Dillon. There is no try. There's either do or do not.
or do not.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I was
We're
going.
going to see this Thursday night.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
by hook
I
or
already
by
see
crook.
us there,
Yes.
In his
And-
dream.
You know what?
Let's make it a reality.
right in the front row.
What the hell?
No,
is-
not in the very... What? No.
Why don't we do a Twi'lek Talk review of the movie?
That's what
Oh,
what
yeah.
I was thinking. We're gonna do a review right after.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So we'll have to have our the Broccoli Rob
after party.
Studios set up, and yeah,
We'll do a review of The Last Jedi. Sounds
def.
awesome. So stay tuned tomorrow night, October 9th, for the trailer and announcement for ticket sales. We're all very excited over here at Twi'lek Talk Studios.
very excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Twi'lek Talk LLC.
That's right, baby.
Copyright. Forces of Destiny. Released October 1st. They just released 4 new episodes. The wonderful Star Wars series focusing on female characters in the Star Wars universe, spanning all time periods. The 4 new episodes have been titled Newest Recruit, Tracker Trouble, Teach You I Will, The Starfighter Stunt. All right. Have you guys seen these episodes?
I have.
Yeah, I watched 3 of them actually.
I almost feel like they got better at this.
They're doing a good job.
I almost feel like I like these 4 episodes. I always like the Forces of Destiny, don't get me wrong. But I feel like I like these 4 episodes in particular more, did that make sense, than the ones that came out previous.
They're getting better. Yeah.
right?
They even
And like I said, these episodes aren't. It's nothing to be mind blowing. Like, oh my god, I can't believe there's this reveal, but they're nice little gap fills. That I don't know if that sounds right,
No,
but
totally.
and just giving shining more light on these characters of like, oh, there's another side of this like for instance the Padme one, the Starfighter stunt with Ahsoka.
the Ahsoka.
I mean, who knew that that Ahsoka was teaching Padme how to fly
Not me.
a starfighter. I mean, yeah, and as
Yeah, it breathes new light into it.
Yeah. My girl gets another episode.
she got 2 in this one.
She got 2 in this one.
Yeah, we see. I see they've kind of fixed the animation on Anakin because a lot of people were upset about that.
They got rid of the lips.
Yeah, they got rid of him.
She teaches Ahsoka teaches.
They're like, oh well, we tried.
Ahsoka teaches Padme to pilot. They're attacked by a droid ship. Ahsoka takes a hit to save Padme, and then Padme is the hero, accompanied by R2-D2.
Of course.
Yes, and she saves the day. A very good episode, I thought. That was cool, right?
Yeah, no, I liked it. And the voice acting, of course, I zero in on that. And the woman, Kat Tabor, who is the voice over actress for Padme, is dead on.
Yo,
Definitely.
has she done that before?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, she was pretty good.
I believe she was in the Clone Wars, too.
Is that the Clone Wars?
I want to say it was.
Oh.
Not 100% sure, but pretty
What
sure.
do you think Harrison Ford would? He wouldn't care.
He don't care.
He wouldn't. I'm not even gonna bring that up.
Oh, you're talking about the Harrison Ford episode?
Yeah.
Tracker Trouble, yes. For those of you that don't know.
Tracker Trouble.
Yeah, basically, the Falcon, this is actually a mini story when they pick up Rey and Finn, Han and Chewie, and they're on their way to Maz Kanata's castle. They actually, they have to disarm this, was it a bomb that was on there?
Tracking device / bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was both.
Yeah.
And again, it's just a nice little thing that, like, oh, well, because the funny thing is, like, people forget, in Empire, it took them, 3 or 4 weeks to get from Tatooine to Cloud City.
Yeah.
So I don't know what
There's a lot of story in between those times.
You can tell a story or two, and that totally fits in with the canon. So I liked it. I thought the guy that Harrison Ford's voice was pretty good.
Who was that? Do you know?
I have no clue.
That was good. So this takes place during The Force Awakens. Has all of our characters from The Force Awakens, and they're flying to meet Maz Kanata. How does she know Wookiee? I know that's a question that's been passed around. Do you guys know the answer to that? How does Rey know how to speak Wookiee?
I'm sure.
I thought it was just J.J. Abrams.
Was that JJ? I thought it was just JJ thing.
In the story sense, I guess that she, living on Jakku, she probably deals with a lot of different kinds of beings and had to learn those languages.
I don't know.
That's what I'm
trading.
Is that true? Yeah. Okay, I'm sure. Hopefully, they maybe touch on why she knows that, because I don't think a lot of people know Wookiee. Am I right?
I don't know.
It seems like Han's always translating.
Damn right I am.
That was a question I had. You get to see BB-8 in this episode. That's pretty good. I liked it. New recruit, Sabine Wren, recruits a new rebel, Ketsu Anyo. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I like this one. I like Sabine Wren. I'm a Rebels fan. Old Ben, you're a Rebels fan.
Of course.
Sabine and Ketsu are stealing food for the rebellion. Hera, Ben's old fling,
my flag.
shows up, and also my main man, Chopper. Sabine, at the end of the episode, converts Ketsu to the Rebel Alliance and gets to paint a little symbol of the Skybird, Flightbird, whatever you call it.
Again, it's great because you're introducing another character. Maybe we'll see this character in Rebels. It's perfect sort of segue to that, and just like these other episodes, it's a great way to introduce other stories that are going, because again, obviously, besides the movies and what most people see, there's other stories going on with these characters, so it's just great to shine a light on these different stories. So
I love how it's all female based and that it takes places in different times of the Star Wars lore.
And I like that they don't drag them out either. These are short,
Quick.
3 to 4 minute animations, and it tells you the quick story. It doesn't go too much into things, and it just gives you enough to be like, oh wow, okay, cool, that happened, that's awesome.
Beginning, middle, end within 3 minutes.
It's
They're just little bursts.
storytelling 101.
I'm into it.
I also enjoyed the 4th one.
Teach you, I will. My favorite.
I think this is my
great.
favorite too. Yeah,
How cool.
very cool.
And
Yoda gets a little frisky.
oh yeah. Ahsoka trains with Anakin and Yoda. Very cool. Right off the bat.
I liken this as you guys have seen Kill Bill, right?
Yeah.
I liken this as like the light side version of when Beatrix Kiddo met Padme, and he was testing her. This was sort of like the Yoda was just seeing where she was at. And the really cool thing I took away from this was the fact that Yoda started preaching individuality, which is something that's just was not, especially him being the head of the Jedi Council. That's so just,
Wow, that's a good
yeah.
point.
And he says in there, what makes you unique makes you strong. This you must use. Yourself, you must always be.
Yes.
And that was something. So I'm thinking this probably happened right after he met. He went through the whole thing with the Force priestesses and took the all those tests and everything,
Yeah.
the trials. So
Definitely.
Toward the end of the Clone Wars.
But it's also a little weird too to me because, well, if this was going on, how come Yoda didn't say, change things? We must, But I guess they were so moving forward with the war and indoctrinated that even if Yoda tried, as powerful as he was, to sway the council and for the Jedi to change things, that it was just too late. Like they were headed on this collision course, and there's no turning back. So
I take it as Yoda saw a small window to prevail and understood the toll it took to get there, and knew that Order 66 was coming, and knew that there was only a certain amount of things he could do to benefit from this in the long run to prevail. He saw a small window to prevail in the future. There was no way to stop it. It was in motion,
everything was going as planned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in this episode, I like that, like how wise he is. Like it's almost like maybe he knew that Ahsoka would play a big part in the Rebel Alliance after the Empire had taken power.
The post Jedi.
Do you think he knew that?
Just like we were saying before, that he might have had a premonition as far as him and Obi-Wan passing on and giving that information to Luke. Yeah,
He could have.
yeah.
And I like how he says, 2 lightsabers you have, 2 you shall use. And she takes up her classic Ahsoka
Stance.
fighting stance. And at the very end, you see her defensive move that she used in Rebels against Darth Vader.
Yes.
Yeah, against Darth Vader.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
And
Star Wars, it's all about the cycle. You know what I mean? Things
yeah.
that the history repeating itself. So yeah.
knows it.
And you see, compare that. Anakin's watching all this go on.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of
uses it against him in the future, and it was taught to her by Yoda.
I really
Wow.
really
Really
wow.
puts into perspective.
It really does, right?
And I like that we get to see the Jedi Dojo once again, and we saw that in Rebels with
Oh, I love. You
the
can't
Temple
get
Guard.
enough of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw that in a few earlier Forces of Destiny episodes too, right? Wasn't there another episode where she actually trained there? With the tree and Anakin and Yoda?
I think that was outside, but possibly.
Yeah, big lips.
Big lips, Anakin.
Yeah, big lips.
Come on.
Great run, Forces of Destiny.
And there's going to be more episodes, I believe, coming out at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're
Halloween
doing a
themed.
great job, in my opinion. It's great.
It's a nice appetizer that we're getting right now. Just keeping our appetite, in check as far as waiting for The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And everything else that's going to be coming out. And Han Solo, it's weird too because people keep on forgetting, not to bring it up again, but Han Solo's coming out next year.
Next May.
You know what? Do you think that's actually still happening in May? Because
Yeah.
I heard they just wrapped it.
I would say
reshoots
they
and
wouldn't.
everything.
They would if they were going to change the date. They probably would have by now.
Yeah.
It's coming out in May.
There's no much like the Jedi Order falling to Order 66. There's no turning back.
No.
That's pretty. That's pretty exciting. Then it's gonna just creep up.
Oh yeah.
And we're supposed
know?
to see Corellia apparently also too.
We're gonna. Oh, is that right?
I believe Ron Howard posted something on Twitter or something was mentioned. Yeah.
I'm hoping we get some background with Han's dealings with like Greedo. That would be cool.
Oh, I'm sure Greedo will be there.
Yes.
It's my favorite.
You're definitely going to see a
That
gangster
is
element.
your favorite, isn't it, Darth Dillon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be on a high from The Last Jedi, and before we know it, we're gonna get smack dead fucking hit in the face with some Han Solo film, and we're gonna be like, all right, this is fucking cool too.
I'm again, it's very, very, very distressing as far as way things have gone down in the public with the Han Solo movie, with a lot of these movies as far as, changing directors and everything. But again, with Ron Howard taking over and them, trusting him and him having a working relationship with the studio with other projects. I think that he's definitely going to be able to right the ship. Will it be this super duper amazing, like, oh my god, I can't believe it's Han Solo? I don't know. Is it going to be it could be. We don't know.
It could be one of those Rogue One things where you're like, oh, there's this spin-off movie coming, and all of a sudden it's like that
blows you away.
That was a damn good movie.
I
have a feeling it might be.
I think Lucasfilm though is doing a smart thing, because obviously The Last Jedi that's what they're looking towards. That's what's going to be, their focal point for the next couple months. And, it's going to be building up perfectly. And then once The Last Jedi starts dying down, say in March or so, because The Force Awakens kept on going till like March or so.
Oh, is that right?
Even a little bit longer.
All right. They're going to blast us in the face.
But once that starts to decrease a little bit, then you're going to get the ramp up for Han Solo, maybe sometime in March, maybe February. Maybe
Han Solo's gonna blast his warm cream all over us.
Could you imagine?
The hype dies down from The Last Jedi. I know it.
Could you imagine if we get a Han Solo trailer right after The Last Jedi, like maybe a couple weeks after The Last Jedi?
Maybe even at
the theater.
At the premiere of Last Jedi.
That's brilliant, Disney, Lucasfilm.
That would
if you're gonna put the Han Solo trailer with The Last Jedi in theaters, you're gonna make a lot of bucks.
I'm gonna make a mess.
I think we're gonna be sitting in the theater and it's gonna just play.
Oh my gosh! Not only will that get me so excited for the movie, I mean that's just gonna be the cherry on the top of the whatever,
Yeah. Bantha milk.
That's gonna be
shake.
Frozen Bantha.
That's gonna be some blue milk I never had before. That's gonna be
Bantha
good.
ice cream. Yeah.
I'm into it.
Then we'll be eating up Han Solo's cream.
I think we're talking a little bit too much about cream.
There's a lot
folks.
of cream going around Han Solo fans.
He's gonna cut it out.
I guess you guys are excited for the movie. All right.
All right. So what's next on the roster, old Ben?
Hasbro
Rasta
Black Series toy release at New York Comic Con 2017. Now I was at New York Comic Con.
Yes,
I did.
know.
I did see some of these, and
you saw him face to face.
yes, I saw DJ, I saw Lando, I saw Dengar, and I saw Rey.
What?
Awesome stuff.
They look great, don't they?
I think the attention to detail, amazing. Again,
Well, keep in mind that Hasbro Black Series has this scanning technology to get the actor's face accurate, like face scanning
the 3D.
technologies.
Yeah.
That's insane right off the bat. But yeah, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, I don't have a whole lot because again, you guys are more of the figure guys. That's not completely my wheelhouse, but honestly, like the craftsmanship was pretty incredible. Like just looking, I'm like, they finally got it right. Because again, Rob and I, we remember getting like the little Star Wars figures when we were younger. It was like sometimes like nothing. It's like okay, there's yellow hair and
that don't look like Leia.
That don't look like Luke. Yeah,
don't look like Leia.
Yeah, but
I can't even get Darth Vader right.
But the attention to detail, like just the craftsmanship with this is just it's amazing.
This is more Darth Dillon's.
Yes.
Yeah, but I would say
if I had the money.
Yeah, what I did see.
That seems to be the motto of this. If I had the money.
We got Rey's outfit from The Last Jedi plus her outfit from what we already know, The Force Awakens. Mm-hmm. Like you said, we got a couple more characters, but DJ is what I was cool.
Right.
Like Benicio del Toro's character, he dropped, and what we know just due to John Boyega's slip up at whatever is that we're privy to the fact that he is a slicer or like a computer hacker type dude, but we haven't seen many pictures of him at all.
No.
And from the look of this character, it makes me curious. I don't know. What do you think, Darth Dillon?
He looks really, like he looks like an in-depth character. Like they put a lot of detail into him.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I feel like I've seen him before. It's like that sort of thing.
Almost, right?
Yeah. Like I wasn't fazed when I saw his design. So I think he's gonna fit really well into the movie.
What is he
whatever his character
exactly?
is?
What is?
I don't know. He kind of seems pretty gritty and like he knows he's been around. Like he's seasoned in whatever he does.
Don't think he's Ezra though. I'm just gonna.
It's not Ezra.
No.
Yeah. Even though he has a scar that's similar.
I don't think he's a Force user in general.
No, I think he is some sort of gray area. He's got information and he's got ways of getting information and stealing it. Sort of, like you had said, Dylan, like some sort of hacker, some sort of keeper of store of information somehow.
I said that, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, sorry,
But yeah,
I stand corrected.
But he does. Like
Yeah.
he kind of looks like the part that we were led to believe he's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like a slicer.
Yeah,
That's what
and I
they
don't
call
think
it.
these, because sometimes, like, it's been said a lot that, this figure totally just spoiled this because, they had this kind of, holster, or they were wearing this kind of helmet. But with these, I mean, I think these were more or less just like, these are the characters and they look awesome, and buy them, please.
They do look
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but they really
Well,
didn't reveal
you
too
want to
much.
know? There's a Supreme Leader Snoke figure that GameStop is putting out for the Black Series,
Yeah.
Right.
and somebody actually got hold of one. I was on yakface.com. It's the website I use to see all this stuff.
Oh, here we go.
It's a very good website.
I know Darth
but-
Dylan would have some good stuff for us.
How much are they paying you, Dylan? Come on.
Oh,
What'd
yeah,
they,
yeah, right.
what'd they drop?
No, but somebody the link to it said warning, picture may be graphic, and I clicked on it and somebody actually revealed what it looks like under Snoke's robe,
Oh, I saw that.
and
He's got titties.
he looks very frail. He looks
be honest.
like my grandpa.
He almost
that I
looks
never
like he's
had.
wearing an old lady's bra.
They dressed him up. Come on.
What is that? Why did they put titties on him?
He's wearing like a pantsuit.
And you know the internet, they go crazy. They're like, oh, Snoke's a female. They go rampant over that shit. No
Yeah.
female I've ever met sounds like Snoke does in The Force Awakens when he's yelling at Hux. No fucking way
Well-
that's a female.
He's not a human, so
Let's say it's
Well,
sex
you know,
change. Maybe if Snoke had a sex change, which I'm sure exists
God,
in the Star
please
Wars
don't.
universe,
Let's hope
that's
this
a new episode.
Then-
of
that's just
Sex
how-
Change.
then I'd say maybe his titties are still there. But no, come on, guys. Just wrapped up under there. Don't get crazy.
I used
Whatever.
to be.
I still want that figure because it looks cool.
It does look cool if you keep the robe on it.
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah, I'll keep it in the box.
So go looking at titties
Keep
now.
it in the box.
So wait, is there more to this story?
No, that's it. He just looked
Snoke
pretty
is
cool.
not a female, right?
No.
There's no
Not that I
possibility
know
of that,
We-
right?
You gotta. We could do a
People
whole nother
get crazy
podcast
on
on
the
like
internet. People get crazy.
gender norms and stereotypes.
No, you know.
Please, it's Star Wars. People, stop. Just
Yeah.
stop. Not you guys, but just stop.
No, they totally get crazy. So that was the thing that it lasted about a day and a half, 2 days tops, and I was like, all right, guys, get past it.
Yeah, people freak out.
I don't know why they designed it that way though.
I don't know. Maybe
Why-
it's just nobody was supposed to take off the robe.
I think they said let's fuck with people and make everyone think that Snoke's a female.
Do you mind if I take off my robe?
Oh man. So that,
That's good.
what else do we got to talk about?
That's
Um,
about it.
Star
Matt,
Wars
did
Rebels
you have a
comes out.
story?
Oh, Rebels is
Oh.
coming out. No, what was the story, Darth Dylan?
Ben had a story.
Oh no, that was the story. That was the story before. That was about the
Ben's story is done. We were talking about the ticket sales.
ticket sales. Asking.
Gotcha. That was the story.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna tell like a story about how like you went to see Phantom Menace and you cried for a month.
I went to go see A New Hope.
It made me feel Phantom Menace made me feel a certain specific way I've never felt before. I was confused.
Yeah. What did you guys feel? I'm curious now.
I felt confused.
I exactly too.
Slightly confused.
I questioned my life at that point.
Almost.
No, I'm just kidding.
a little bit.
No. Honestly, yeah, I questioned. But no, it was not exactly what I expected.
I didn't know what to feel.
I like.
It's the only time I've actually been confused in my life.
The only time.
I was like, well, I waited a long time for this. Now, do I like it or is things?
I think a lot of people that, and there were a lot of people that praised it and were like, "No, man, it's great." And then in retrospect, like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, it was a very confusing time
Sorry
in my
about
life. There were things I loved, obviously. Qui-Gon, Darth Maul. There were things that I hate. Jar Jar, little Anakin.
The whole story.
And the thing is, when I was a little kid, I loved all that stuff because
Yeah.
I was,
Younger.
very young at the time.
Yeah.
So it's funny. He definitely did create the film to cater to, I don't know, someone. Maybe
12-year-olds.
himself.
Yeah.
Well, because originally it was supposed to, these movies were made for kids, and that's why I think that he was.
Yep.
I'm going to
Like
say something.
Trade Federation.
All right, George Lucas says that, yes, all right, I created Star Wars for 12-year-olds, and that's something he said, and we're all supposed to accept that, but I'm going to say something. I'm going to say it's not really just for 12-year-olds, man.
Well, not anymore.
There was shit that happened in the original films that is too deep for some 12-year-olds, and there's some vulgar stuff that happens in the animated Rebels and Clone Wars, where I first started watching it, I would look back and say, damn, this is for kids? Where I would say, no, it's not. I mean, he could say that, but I'm going to have to disagree with him, even though it's his creation.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
I think that the story is definitely, it's a fairy tale. And that, in that respect, it's for kids. But I think that as time's gone on, they've, at least with it seems like so far with the new films, they've decided we've got to cater to both.
They're catering to the ones that grew up with it now.
I think the original trilogy was kind of like, sort of a little bit of both, but not really. And then the prequels were definitely about kids, for the kids. But I think right now we're kind of at that point where they're like, all right, now I think a big reason why is Disney owns it, and they realize, well, if we just cater to kids, we're not going to get the adults. And if we just cater to adults, we're not going to get kids.
They're brilliant. They know what market to aim. They aim towards every market.
Yeah. And there's going to be some fan service, for those of us that are diehards that want to see certain things. They're gonna throw little nuggets in there for us, but at the same time,
aren't we all kids at heart?
Yes, I am.
Don't we all love Jar Jar? Say yes.
No. I'm going to say no. Ben said, "Oh no." He shook his head. He didn't say it, but I
should have killed him when I had the chance.
You know what would have been cool?
I like thinking of Jar Jar juggling on that planet, being
bad.
a jester.
You know what? I guess I do like Jar Jar because I do feel bad for him being a juggler on Naboo. Is it Naboo or Coruscant?
Coruscant.
I think it's Coruscant.
He's on Coruscant, and everyone laughs at him, and only the kids like him at this point.
Idiot.
Being told in the aftermath.
That's a better
novels.
story for him, in my opinion.
No, I like the story. I think the aftermath. What's his name? Chuck.
Wendig.
Wendig. I think it's a great little story that he threw in with the aftermath. I like that they tied in where Jar Jar went because we never saw his death.
Still would have liked Darth Jar Jar.
I would have liked Darth Jar Jar. I'm with you, old Ben.
Yeah, that would never happen.
We got another movie coming out.
Imagine if he was, though. There were a lot of theories in that YouTube video that whoever dropped that could have made sense. It would have been brilliant writing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That was episode 7, Twi'lek Talk, guys. Anything you want to add?
Same before. Rebels starts
October
16th.
16th.
Not this Monday, but the Monday after. Yeah.
Yes, we are heading toward Rebels' final season. Woohoo!
Awesome.
Yeah, baby.
That's exciting. We're going to see some Thrawn. There's talk of Krennic in the trailer. Is there Vader?
No Emperor, though. They've already said that,
no Emperor.
That McDermott or the other gentleman that voices him, he's not going to
They're not in it.
No.
Might see what happens with Ahsoka. Obviously, the outcome of the characters we've grown to love over the last couple seasons of Rebels. Kanan, Ezra, Zeb, Chopper, my main man. It's going to be very exciting. We got the Last Jedi trailer or movie coming out in 2 months, which we'll probably meet up before that, obviously.
Yeah.
We're going to get tickets. We're going to do a review. Are we decided? We're going to do a review on The Last Jedi?
Yes.
And I'm thinking, did we want to do a look back on the trailer after it comes out tomorrow?
We could do that.
Yeah.
Do a short little video or something.
Yeah.
Because it's going to spoil everything. I don't know.
Ryan Johnson said it's going to spoil everything.
I got faith in Ryan. I got faith in him. Next episode, maybe we could talk a little bit about JJ.
Taking over for episode 9. That's big news.
Forgot about that.
Big news. That's huge. And we'll talk about whether or not we agree or how we feel. I feel safe, but
my attitude's changed a little bit. I don't want to get too much into it, but
safe is a very good word.
Safe is the best word for it.
That's the best word because we know You know, we know what happened with Force Awakens, and it was a safe film, and it's a safe move from Disney.
I hope he learns from his mistakes.
So we're saying
I think he will.
So we're saying porgs are going to overthrow the First Order, and
More porgs.
How hilarious would that be?
and they
By that point, I don't really care.
and they could have a spin-off, a comedy called Porgies. No, I'm kidding.
We'll
It's
get
terrible.
we'll get a giant reveal in The Last Jedi about who Rey's father is, and then we'll get the Porgs save the day from the First Order in Episode 9.
Yeah.
It's like reliving your childhood all over again.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in. That was our Force Awakens Episode 7. I would like to give a shout out to our webmaster, Ken Frederick. Check out all of his wonderful work over at kenfrederick.com. And also check us out at Twi'lektalk.com for our latest Star Wars content. Also YouTube, Facebook, and tweet us at Twi'lek Talk PO2, P-O-2 on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's
You got it.
P-O-2 as in podcast, not Poe Dameron. Email us any ideas you have for the show at Twi'lekTalkPodcast@gmail.com.
And we're working on the audio, so
Yeah. Whatever.
whatever.
Thanks, guys. Old Ben, Darth Dillon.
Thank you.
God bless.
That's fucking awesome. And may the Force be with you.
Drink the blue milk always. Peanut butter.
Bar gullet.